ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video here, and in today's video we are going to be talking about this unique story with a realtor, down and dirty with results. 3 months in, no results, slim to nothing. We were banging our heads against the wall, didn't know what to do, tested every strategy, creative, ad copy there was, and then Mr. COO Parker here pulled through with a clutch strategy, and let's just say it ended up working very, very well, which is why we're going to be talking about in today's video. So before we jump into that and this full story, and we're going to give you a good tip at the end on what you should do if your account is going terrible, but I'm trying to get to 30,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so click that subscribe button, like, comment down below if you like this style of content. But yes, so some context. We have this client, solo realtor, operating out of a very, very, very difficult market. Some would say arguably the hardest market there is in the US and Canada. Silicon Valley, average price of a home, what? 1.2 million US.
Yeah.
So crazy. Like even in Canada, the highest price market's Vancouver, and that's like 1.1 million Canadian. So 1.2 million US is like 1.7. Regardless, you know what? I'll let Parker kind of run into give him the full story of what we started off doing, the changes he was making, and kind of run into it.
Yeah. So he was sort of a new agent in the area in Silicon Valley. He's which is even harder because he's a newer agent. It's not like he's been there for 10 years and he's built up a reputation.
It's not like a lot of people already know who he is and he's just never ran ads before.
No, like he doesn't have many referrals, really nothing. He wants to use paid acquisition as a driving force for his business. So obviously right off the bat, there's a lot of challenges to overcome there. Probably the most difficult market in North America. Newer agent, but he is a really good agent, I will say.
Yeah,
so
very good.
Very, very good agent. Great personality. But yeah, so we started off with a bunch of challenges just from that before even starting the ads. And then we did start the ads, and we typically use Facebook ads with our own funnels that we have built out, with our own automations. We have everything built out that we use for agents in Canada, across the US and other places. But Silicon Valley was a challenge. We've never done anything competitive like that, where it's like you said, 1.2 million USD average home price. So we started off with our usual strategies on Facebook. I think we tried downsizing to start off with as well, for like people moving into condos or townhouses. And we had some like initial success in the first couple of weeks, a couple appointments ended up ghosting. So that kind of wasn't good off the bat. And yeah, this was a very tough client. Usually a lot of my clients can get some decent results off the bat. We built some good rapport, build a good relationship from the start, but this one is definitely a lot more difficult. I think it's a huge testament, just you need to test everything constantly. You can't copy and paste a strategy that's working in a market like Toronto, apply it to Silicon Valley, and it's just gonna work. Like we needed to test a lot of different things. So I think we tested around 4 different strategies on Facebook in the first 3 months, and there was
4 different strategies as in like offers. Like I think we did downsizing, upsizing, strictly just sellers, and then maybe tried first time home buyers.
Yeah.
So like 4 different offers, but on top of that, with the different offers, like for first time home buyers, we did creatives, we did then top video ads, then we did so he was filming video ads for us too. And he's also, for him, he's phenomenal on camera, great setup, great at speaking to the camera and whatnot, which is huge for why.
Yeah, like what we were doing for him and the videos that he produced for us and the scripts that we made would have crushed in any other market, but because it's Silicon Valley and he's a little bit of a newer agent, there was really nothing coming from it, which is super frustrating for us, because I'm like, we're doing everything right but no results are coming from it, so what do we do next? That was kind of the mindset, and that went on for 3 months, and we have bi-weekly catch-up calls. Every catch-up call my stomach would be turning before, because I'm like, we're doing everything right, this is all I know to do, and it's not performing. So I kept on diving into the account, seeing what we can do, and eventually I kind of just hit the point where hey, we're switching up the entire platform. We're switching to YouTube ads. I have a lot of past experience in YouTube ads. We don't do it a whole lot because we mainly use it for retargeting,
and context, usually what we'll try and do is conquer something on Instagram and Facebook before switching to YouTube, because Instagram and Facebook's the easiest. So our whole thought process of not switching earlier and trying YouTube was okay, if nothing's working on Instagram and Facebook, then it sure as hell isn't going to work on YouTube. No video ads working on Instagram and Facebook, the easier platforms to conquer.
Yeah.
And we're not going to switch over to YouTube because it's definitely not going to work on YouTube.
Yeah, so we just fully switched it up. Instead of conquering Facebook first, which clearly just wasn't working, we're diving full into YouTube. So I sat there for a week and drafted up a crazy strategy, brand new scripts than we've used before, that's local to his market and his brand. I was using AI tools to actually come up with scripts that sound sound like him using all the data he has from his previous organic YouTube videos. And I drafted up a landing page that I thought would work for the best conversion rates, and a lead magnet, which was a dedicated seller's guide that's specific to his area. And then I worked on the targeting for YouTube ads. So instead of targeting just like affinity audiences of just homeowners in general, I took a list of the top 20 keywords that people would search in his area for sellers. So like how to sell my home for more money in this area, all these different kind of long tail keywords, drafted them all up in an audience and started testing videos there. And the first week wasn't anything crazy. I think we got like a couple leads, but one of the leads like booked their own appointment. So it's kind of like a quick win. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. Not bad. And eventually I looked at the metrics. It's like, okay, the conversion rate on these ad groups are pretty low. So I tested different audiences of different types of keywords. So I segmented out his ad sets on YouTube in like 5 different sets of keywords. And one ad set was performing at like a $5 cost per lead at the start, which for YouTube is
obviously
insane. Yeah.
Just video ads in general.
Yeah, YouTube ads, getting that is crazy, like a $5 cost per lead for a seller lead too, because obviously a seller lead, $1.2 million home, like that's making a lot of money. So yeah, we kept on running with that. I'm like, okay, I hopped in a catch-up call with them. I'm like, this is working great on the front end. Just be patient with me. Trust the process. Record these next 5 videos. Record 5 different hooks on the current video that's working. Give me content to produce. I'm gonna manage everything on the back end, continue testing audiences, and this is gonna blow up. 2 weeks later, in our next catch-up call, that's exactly what happened. 3 in-person listing appointments in 2 weeks.
Boom.
$20 average cost per leads across all the ad sets.
Boom.
And we're still continuing. We're still going. I fully 180 this account. Like I said, for the first 3 months, running Facebook ads, just trying to make it work. Nothing was producing. And obviously it was getting stressful, very frustrating for both me and the client. And then now he's really into it. He loves it. Like
he's a great client too. That's why it's even more exciting, because he's actually like a great client. I mean, everyone's obviously a great client if anyone's watching this, but he's just like, I don't know. He's just an interesting guy. Like I said, he's in Silicon Valley. So it's like a competitive market. He's like a newer agent. It's not from here. He's just one of those clients where it's just like, yeah, he's just a good guy. He's just a good guy.
And it's a huge testament of just like, you need to test. We get a lot of clients where the expectations are just off from the beginning, where it's like, oh, you guys have made this work in this market, okay, then you should be getting me listing appointments within the first couple weeks. And it's just not how it works. Testing has to be done for your brand and your specific market every time. And when you do find something, you scale it up. And if you get a deal from it, you close profit, put that into more ad spend and scale it up. Like once you find that winning thing, just double down on it. But until you get to that point, it takes a lot of testing and a lot of patience. Even for us, it's like we practice what we preach. We ran our own ads. I think we spent $3,000 and got nothing from it, and then started looking at the data, making changes, and now it's super profitable. But we took that first phase of just testing and experiencing, and that's what needs to be done with advertising.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this pillar is the hardest one to master, because it's the most predictable and scalable, like we always say. Every other pillar of your business you need: repeat, referral, organic, like you need all those pillars, but they're not very, very predictable and scalable. Like with online marketing, I can say, okay, here's the data over the last couple months. Let's spend X amount. Let's get X amount of leads. We've been booking X amount of appointments, and you close X amount of deals. There's no other pillar of business you can do that. So if you get it to that point, which is the point where we always want to get it to, then you've basically cracked the code, and it just comes down to just continue to add and oil the marketing machine. What's working? Okay, let's keep doing that. And yeah,
and it feels good to know that we can make a strategy work in the hardest market in North America. And we get some good results from it. So
yeah, it's crazy. We got people in like the most competitive markets in the world. We also got people in counties of like 5,000 people, smaller populations. People have mixed mindsets about that. Some people think if they're in smaller populations, it's not going to work because there's like no one there and they already know the one agent. But smaller populations, a cheat code works way better. 1,000 people, 5,000, 10,000, doesn't matter. Usually like the higher population, more competitive is actually harder.
Yeah.
But let me know if you guys like this video. Comment down below if you got some value from this, and if you just like the style in general. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. If you're a realtor, by the way, click the link below to our website. Maybe booking a call if you're interested in potentially working with us this summer or this spring. Well, just be the summer by the time this drops. But yeah, see you next one. Peace.